The first patch post Stranger Things release just hit the live servers and a bombshell just dropped. Vecna has always been bugged ever since the PTB. One of the features that he was intended to have was missing all the way until now, and we had no way of knowing until today when these patch notes got released. His Worldbreaker clock is supposed to pause while carrying and hooking a survivor. This does not sound too crazy, but it has big implications. Vecna can now pause the timer intentionally while his underworld is on cooldown, effectively giving him a lot more time to do damage. If you down survivors fast, this means you have 10 to 20% more time in Worldbreaker overall. This does seem like a big buff. I went out and checked how much of a difference this shadow buff truly makes. I hope you enjoy. So we are in with Vecna, who just got shadow buffed, and we are using a build that I think could really make the hook time shine. So one thing I want to test is, obviously, while the cooldown pauses on the Worldbreaker timer, what does not pause actually is the timer on the power cooldown, which could have a significant effect and allow us to use our power a lot better without getting W'd as much. So hopefully you can make that work. And the Ada is dodging quite well. Perfect.
Time draws near.
Who's on this? Are we gonna switch targets? I think we do. Allocate, a little bit of flicking, always important. You don't want to give away where you're actually aiming at until the last second, because obviously it's pretty telegraphed and people will look where you're looking. Alright, so now, right now, the timer's paused. So I can go all the way to this hook and I don't waste any of my Worldbreaker timer at all. Yep, that's true. Nice. Okay, crazy. That is kind of crazy. And is a Deadman switch coming in handy? I think it is. Hello, Ada. Thing is, if we have fast downs here, the cooldown is gonna feel like nothing, right? Yeah. Okay, so we got another down. Look at this. Damn. So it's pausing again. This is a giant difference, honestly. The difference this makes is insane. I could have also waited for Deadman switch. Would have not wasted any of my timer. Wow, crazy. Okay, let's see if we can hit the Worldbreaker here. We do. Dude, how many downs can we get in one Worldbreaker? We are about to set new records, I think. Doesn't double back, okay. Great dodge. She's always dodging right. Need to be a little bit more patient there. Okay. Okay, we have the tiniest slither left. That's probably not enough to actually get another down. But we can go into the undergate and hopefully we can get it right back and then stay in Worldbreaker for the entirety duration of the game. She double backed. Knew it. Worldbreaker starts up again. And look at this. She has 4 tokens already. This is going to be really hard for Ada here. The max range hits are the easiest, by the way, because almost nobody dodges them like this. So if we can keep survivors in the max range, that is ideal. We cannot shoot over the hill. That's how elevation works on Vecna. She's going to dodge this, obviously. But I predict the dodge. I see the turn. And down she goes. Perfect, perfect. Still thinking about making a Vecna guide, by the way. A lot of people have asked me after my win streak. I still haven't lost a single game on this killer. And honestly, yeah, it still feels really, really strong. Still feels really, really strong. Even though survivors are getting better, and there's a lot of things they can still do that they don't really do. And once they start doing everything, then it's going to be glorious for them. This is a hit. Look how much timer we still have left. This is insane. Max range hit. Easy. No dodging. These are the easy sets. If you ever want to play this killer. Make sure to know the max range really well. Don't shoot early though, because that wastes a lot of time. Once again, timer's completely paused. Could honestly get Iron Grasp. Because look at this. Now I almost have my power back. Yeah, this makes a big difference because they can just wait out the undergate timer cooldown. I think she's trying to use an exhaustion proc, but she cannot because we have Rabbit Remains, which makes them exhausted. I want that Moi. Ada. I'm coming for it. Oh, she's going closer. You know what? I want my World Breaker back. I'm gonna wait for it to time out intentionally. That way I can hit her again to insta-start World Breaker. Like that. We got World Breaker because she's already has 4 tokens. Makes it significantly easier to get. And max range. She actually got this. Nice. Perfect. Got that.
Let me end your suffering.
Nice. Love that. Okay, so I think the timer should not pause here, even if I pick. If I understand that correctly. Because it only pauses on the second phase. Yep, that does seem to be correct. So only if it's in the last quarter of the clock, the timer pauses. I mean, we have so much time here. It doesn't really matter. Interesting, interesting. Or like if you hook 2 people, you're effectively saving what? 15 seconds, which is a significant amount. Flashbang being used. They did not have time to get rid of the timer yet, simply because we have so much pressure. This is pretty standard in the 3-1. So, but this is like kind of the point where you already won on this killer. I mean, we're still at 5 gens. Look at this. Look at this. This killer is so impressive. Definitely a bit of a noob stomper though. Uncoordinated teams stand no chance against this. Alright, that one came through. Is that a hit? It absolutely is. Alright, Kate. Oh, we got the first one. Only hit the follow-up. He's dodging now. She knows. But sadly not good enough. Let's go. Let's get the Kate on the hook. Wait, what? Where's the blood there? Hold on. Still have power on my upside down ability, so now we can do it. And now we can go to this gen. Is there someone on it? It has a little bit of progress, but I mean, the survivors have not repaired a singular gen, so not much of a struggle at all. Obviously, I also want to test this with my streaking build to see how much it really matters. Because I think it's quite significant, if I would have to guess, but I would rather test it out myself. First, we need to down Yui, however. It's a cool skin. I like it. Should be in range. It is. They're never gonna dodge because they can't. This is like the game sense advantage. And you know what? I'm gonna delay this hook as much as possible. Because now I can get my ability back and the wall breaker doesn't end. So now I can manipulate the cooldowns. This is huge. If you min-max this, it makes a massive difference. I'm gonna hook right now. Now my ability's back. And yeah, we still have wall breaker, which we wouldn't have had without it. Wow, incredible. Okay, let's see. Can we find him? Does it make a difference? Maybe not in this case. But in the grand scheme of things, this is quite a significant Vecna buff. And did he really need that? I honestly don't think so. I think Vecna is a little bit overpowered right now, in my opinion at least. I think he could get a little bit of enough, Not too much though. Just a tiny bit to bring in a bit more in line. It's also a matter of Sylvanas having to get a little bit better at countering him, which takes time. I'm sure that will happen. Oh, that's actually a miss. I thought I would hit it. And the prediction shot, and we landed, and that's GG. All right, let's try the streak build. See how well that works with this buffed version of Vecna. Back, and we are on Nostromo as usual. We're using the streak build now, and I would suspect this to be actually quite significantly stronger. I think this makes a bigger difference than you might think. All right, we found our first survivors. The crow flew up here. Is that a hit? I think it is. Yes, sir. This is how we love it. We first start Worldbreaker.
I am inevitable.
Perfect. Nice. If I hit him right in the middle, then it doesn't really matter. So in this case, it doesn't matter. The timer's not gonna pause because we're not in the last quarter. So the question is, how often do I carry someone in the last quarter? What I'm the most interested in is intentionally delaying the hook to wait for the cooldown of my underworld. That's the thing that interests me the most here, honestly. And we can hit that. Always start casting it before you drop down because you can't do it mid-air. So start the cast, then drop down. And these are the easiest hits you can get on this killer, so it's very good if it happens. And we use our game sense to predict the distance. These are the hits that Sylvanas will never dodge, but you need to be good at them, so not the easiest. Alright, in this case, I'm going to lay the hook as much as possible, I think, to get the cooldown back. So I have a few more seconds, 5 more seconds maybe. Now, I don't want to risk losing the hook. Now I have the full 1 minute, so we saved a few seconds on the timer here. No, actually, they actually froze me. No shot. Ah, I didn't think I can be frozen as a puddle, but apparently I can. Oh, we missed the undergate attack. Not the best start, but maybe we can make up for it. It's a little bit too far. Max range. These are the easiest shots you can get on this killer. Always go for those max range shots. Once again, I will min-max the time on this as much as possible. I will carry far to the middle of the map. This is good macro play anyway. And I will wait until my power is completely back off cooldown, which is right now. Now we're gonna hook. And now I'm gonna go back into the puddle and hopefully get one more down. So yeah, this definitely... Yeah, this almost certainly makes a difference. Almost certainly. And who's going here? It's Nia again. Hello, Nia. We do get that hit. Can we follow it up though? We might be a little bit late. We are a little bit late. We need to hit that twice with the Worldbreaker attack. I don't know what that sound is. Did that come in with this patch? I guess there's a sound effect if you hit someone though. Interesting. Nice. Got it. I don't know why they're screaming. What? Oh, we still have 5 gens by the way, so classic. Pretty classic game so far. Oh, anti-camp. Need to watch out. When it's white, it takes a long time to set. You can actually make that your advantage because you can kind of set traps that explode later. But that takes a lot of training. Let's go here. Now he's in range. He went to the left. That was smart. He didn't path as directly as he could. Perfect. A little bit of a flick because he definitely kept moving. Making sure that we know which directions they're going. And once again, it's carried to the middle, right? There's no reason not to. Honestly, Agi. Oh, Agi's gonna be so good now, right? Because you can carry further and have better hook positioning. Because it doesn't really matter how long we take anyway. With Worldbreaker. Like, if you think about it, it's like completely free repositioning because you do not lose World Breaker clock at all. So right now, I use my power. I still have a tiny bit left. Okay. Bro. Yeah, how about you come back here? Okay, so I have a tiny bit left of power, and my power is a little bit on cooldown. I will carry all the way over there. No, I'll go to main, actually. I'll go to main here. I will preserve my timer, and that allows me to still contest the survivors afterwards. Like Renato, who's trying to give up because it's at 5 gens. But yeah, well, concept proven. This is gonna make a big difference. I almost want to try it with agitation now. I didn't want to play one more game, but I think I want to see how min-max I can get this. Okay. Alright, you know what, buddy? Oh, he plot twisted. Okay, cool. Wait, are they using my build that I uploaded? Oh. I respect that. Well, you're dead though. You're completely dead. I do wonder with Agi and like a little bit more hook positioning together with the mace add-on to extend the timer a little bit. I can see it. I can see it. Alright, these survivors are giving up though, so we're gonna go to the next game and see if we can get a little bit better gameplay there. Alright, we got Larry's. Wait, this is so perfect. Oh my god, this is scripted. So we got a small map. In theory, we should be able to use this to the maximum of their advantage. So we have the mace add-on, which includes, makes the timer long on the second phase for survivors being alive. So I think it's 12 seconds with 4 survivors alive, which is quite neat. Not something to laugh at, and we get our power instantly. This is perfect. Oh, he dodged back into it. That was actually a good dodge. Okay, he didn't path the way I thought he would. Perfect. Got that. All right. The timer starts right now, which means we can reduce it that second unless you miss. I was about to say, no way I'm getting flashlight saved here. That is quite unfortunate. And I was set this right here. Okay. So Fang is instantly saving this. Interesting. And we see the rotate for the Anarch. Oh, hello. This was dramaturgy, I think. Perfect. You know what? I'm gonna go straight back to the hook. So usually I would fast hook here, obviously. In this case, I will not. I will intentionally reposition while the timer is still active. I can kick this gen again. Yeah, this way I can keep the timer on for way longer. Yeah, okay, well, okay. Game 3, I made up my mind. This makes a significant difference. And it's quite a massive buff to the killer in general. So yeah, probably something that we'll need to get addressed because I think this is a little bit too much. But oh well, everyone has their own opinion. You're entitled to yours, I'm entitled to mine. It's kind of funny how polarizing balancing is in any video game. Okay, there's a little bit off topic, but sometimes I watch designers in League of Legends, even though I don't play the game anymore, and they always get hard flamed in their comments. It's like, it's not a DBD specific problem is what I want to hint at. That like there are very differing opinions on the balancing of the game. I could have him won, but I really want World Breaker here. I think I'm gonna pay for it. This guy seems decent. Yep, yes. Was that the French Benny? I think this is a creator with like 14 cows that used to play comp. Nice, well played. Damn, I'm paying for not wanting turn 1 big time here. Good juke. A little bit too far. Nice, got it. Okay.
I will not be denied.
Yeah, how now? Get off my gen! Okay, so I can hook that over there. I can use turn back the clock, and then we can go back there. Nice, nice, nice. I think different opinions are important when it comes to like general balancing, but sadly people always take it too far. They get very personal. This is always too sad. I think having different opinions on balance is totally okay. Okay, let's see. Get the hat back into the game. Oh. Always use the power before you drop. And he is not very happy about this. And we can keep the power alive. I'm gonna go back to that hook now. Right here. And they're probably on that gen. Look at this. Wow, I could have delayed that a tiny bit farther, but dude, look at this. I still have timer. This is insane. This is like what? This is like 15-20% if you played well. Oh no, not Benny again. Nice, got it. Oh. Okay, I want this timer to tick out now because I can use undergate attack to get it back. So it's no problem. I don't want to stall. It won't really aid me if I do. Let's see. Hello, Dustin. And because it's Larry's, he can't really dodge. Bad shot by me. Dude, the survivors are so tilted at this killer. It's actually incredible. Okay, I'll go over there. Don't worry. There we go. Okay. Let's put him on the hook, and then we're gonna see where the fun resides. No. Why do you hit your DS if you want to go next so badly? And what's the point? This is reeks of entitlement. Reeks of entitlement. Not a good look at all, Mr. Nicolas Cage. Alright. On the hook we go. Oh, they're actually saved. Okay. See what's up over here. We still have a lot of timer left that the survivors will have to survive for. That should be a hit. It absolutely is. And the follow-up is coming through instantly. Love that. Okay, so there's another case where I want to delay as much as possible, I think. I'm gonna go all the way over here to the other side of the map, to the sock. Which I should barely be able to do, thanks to agitation. Now my power is almost back, and I'm pretty sure I had the survivor there. Nice, yeah. Stalling. Coming in hot here. Nah, bro. He's so good with it, though. Benny's such a good player, dude. If you play over the years, you always... Like, there are a few names who always stick out and always come back. And Benny's one of them. He's always so hard to play against. He's a French creator. Shout out to him. Damn, he just held W. I respect it. You see, this is how hard it can be if the survivors really, really play well. I mean, Larry's has a lot of line of sight breakers, so that can make it really good for survivors. If they're really good at dodging. And he got the hatch. Alright, GG's. That was Buff Vecna. Let me know what you think in the comments. Pretty spicy one, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.